Welcome to Cruise Control Live, your laid back pit stop for all things cars. No script, no set routes, just friends hanging out talking about whatever drives us from classics to clunkers, racers to road trip. If it got wheels, it's fair game. Buckle up and join the ride. So that's the description.
I didn't make one.
That's okay. Alright, so this will be the first ever episode of Cruise Control Live. And,
What is up?
Yeah, and right now, I guess my stream is seeing my Discord and that video. So let's get off that. But we're going to talk about a bunch of random car stuff. And not going to lie, I used ChatGPT to come up with some random stuff. And the first question of the night, get everybody's opinion. What's the dumbest car mods you've ever seen? And I also have Reddit pulled up that has some pretty silly ones on there. But let's hear what y'all think.
Okay, so obviously me and you are, same age, so we have similar. We grew up with some of the similar stuff. Personally, I think the dumbest ones is like the AutoZone, like aisle 6 or whatever mods. You got all the stick-on vents and the chrome wiper blades and
all the simple add-ons.
Yeah, a lot of the cringy kind of decals, like the flaming skull decals and all that stuff. But I mean, that comes with age though, because like even though I'm harping on it a little bit, I also had the same setup when I was in college on a Suzuki, so. It's just an age thing.
Now, Cohen, how you feel about the age thing, and is there a difference for you?
Are you talking about worst mods?
Yeah, worst mods.
Okay. Well, my opinion on the worst mods you can do is I'm with Mitchell on the AutoZone, like the decals, the scratch marks and stuff.
The cringy stuff.
Yeah.
But as you get older,
I also think there's muffler deletes that sound good. Don't get me wrong, but on anything, no.
Nah, not even the muffler deletes. You like
just
cut the fart can. The fart can. You got like the 6-inch tip on like a Honda Civic.
And this is very hypocritical of me to say since I drive a straight pipe 3-valve, but loud doesn't mean sounds good.
That is very hypocritical.
And just so y'all can see some random stuff on Reddit, you just said fart can, and couldn't help but to see it.
Hold up, yep.
Yeah,
the angry girl on the Jeep. Jeeps with angry girl.
Perfect video I saw the other day was like angry grill Jeep, where you see it on the road, and then it was like a yellow Jeep with the like smiley face fog lights or whatever.
Yep.
Muddy as heck.
Yeah, the angry ones you always see in the malls.
Weird arrow, fake hood scoops and stuff.
Now that weird arrow, okay, so that actually kind of makes sense because that was for the hypermiling.
What does that even mean?
So you're trying to improve your overall miles per gallon. So like where it says 65 mpg.
One, yes.
That's
this
actually
example
functional.
is functional, yes, but
that is
stick
functional,
on
yes.
hood scoops up front with the air grill, weird maneuvers.
Yeah, because like that. That's all non-functional, and it's on a. So for context, that's a front-wheel drive Dodge Dart. That's when they reproduced them after the neons got killed off. So you've got a front-wheel drive car, big old spoiler, and you got the little vortex things on the roof. Oh my god.
Dude.
And it's what am I looking at?
What are the things on the doors?
Dude, these things?
Yes.
Look at all the arrow, dude.
All that rubber arrow. Rubber.
What are those red things?
They look like donuts.
Skateboard wheels.
Yeah, that is.
Wheels.
It does. It looks like a weird skateboard up here with foldable
God
wheels.
almighty. And then the trunk, you got the factory trunk spoiler, you got a lip spoiler, and then you got a high rise spoiler with like a Dodge Charger like duckbill spoiler on
You
top
have
of
to
that.
know. You have to know that they have 4 dogs too.
Well, you got the cat right there for sure.
Is that a cat or is that like a chipmunk? I can't tell.
We might not want to know. Hold up.
The
Hold
eBay
up.
spoiler's in the way.
Oh, I can't
Which
zoom
eBay
in.
spoiler? Because there's like 6 of them.
There is.
I wish I could zoom in. Is this a?
Yeah, that's
They
another
got
mirror.
one mirror, one on the back side,
So
and
okay,
one
so
up top.
obviously they got their factory one, then they got the blind spot, the little circle thing, but then they got something on the side and like an extra add-on up top. That's a little much. I guess it's for all those you need to see behind you with all the cars you're just gapping, you know.
Anybody notice the
Goodness.
fake tail light on the diffuser?
The fake tail light.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh.
Do you notice the fake exhaust too?
Dude, one's black, one. That is wild.
Jeez,
That's the worst one we've seen so far.
Yeah, I could talk about that one for a minute.
Dang. Oh, that's
I love how
actually
there's-
kind of sick.
that looks cool. Yeah,
Rivian R1.
yeah.
Isn't that
With
electric?
Yeah, that's the electric. No, smart car, bruh.
Whoa.
When you want to go eco-friendly but ride in a limo.
Here we go.
Coleman, do that.
Here we go.
That is
I
AutoZone
can
special
zoom in.
and the Home Depot special. Look at all that plywood.
Daggum.
Man spent $1,000 at Home Depot just buying wood.
Yep.
Well, that's not zooming in where I want it to. But
O'Reilly's
No.
was probably closed that day.
Nah, O'Reilly's, that whole aisle got sold out. Somebody got their birthday money.
Boom, boom. Boom, boom. The wing.
But they don't want you-
actually
they don't want you to
probably
know it's a
looks kinda
Volkswagen.
Sick. The wing might
Yeah,
look
no.
sick.
If it had a proper like body kit, it looked like a time attack car. Like
Yeah,
guaranteed.
it would. Wide.
It just looks like the body kit doesn't fit the car because it doesn't. It's not.
Yeah, it,
Car.
It's made of wood. It's crazy. But basically everything y'all said would be my. That's a terrible mod.
the
dude.
squat. Yep.
Of course, it's got to be Carolina squat, but
Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna stick with what kind of Mitchell said about the go down the aisle in AutoZone with an extra $100
Yeah.
and just buy some dumb stuff.
I feel like for context, we should show like all the stuff we're doing. We should show our personal vehicles.
Not yet, not unless
Like,
that
you know,
comes up. Now, do
Well,
you,
no, but
do you
I
have
mean-
bad mods on your personal car right now?
I mean, the only thing, like the Vet's got flames on it, and I guess that could be considered distasteful in some people's eyes.
I don't
But,
have the ability to
I mean, that's over the whole
pull
front
that
end,
up.
so.
Actually,
That's the only thing I could think of.
I don't have any pictures of it. But, yeah. There's some wild car mods.
Like those wheels at
Ooh.
all.
Is that duct tape?
Yeah, that's just tape. Whoa.
There you go, Colin.
Whoa.
There you go, Colin.
How did they do that?
That was clean. Like,
It lines up.
yeah. I mean, they made it line up.
So
I don't know. if it
typically,
does.
typically from what I've seen with this is it's essentially like body grafting kind of stuff. They'll take the whole front clip, and in some cases, that might be like a single piece front clip, kind of like race cars, because you can buy whole front clips like that for like drag cars, pro mods, track cars, stuff like that. It's possible they did that and then kind of like grafted the sides of the fender to match up where the doors are.
Got that thing sitting on some 22s.
It's pretty clean.
It
Not
is.
gonna lie. I can't even
And of
hate
course-
it too much.
You look at the Windows sticker on the car that's the camera's from. It's Texas,
Text.
of all places.
Whoa.
I don't hate that.
That looks like a kit car.
Yeah. Or K car.
Yeah, one of the two.
What do we look? That's a motorcycle.
That
Yes.
is something that's probably not in the U.S.
It's a motorcycle attached to a trailer
It's got
with a car on
English
top of it.
uh,
They're at a McDonald's.
tags at the back, like a. I don't see anything else to tell me if it's
That,
the U.S.
What's
yeah,
the
I
What
don't
kind of
know.
flowers are these guys?
I have no idea.
We're not
Oh.
geographing right now.
No, but like the body, I'm getting like either a Daewoo vibe or like a Geo vibe.
Metro?
I'm not. I don't think it's a Metro. It's something along one of them cheapo Kano cars.
Is those monsters?
Yeah, brisket.
That
He
is
made a
awesome.
he made a bumper out of literal metal from Monster Energy drinks. A couple
Look at
different
how
flavors right here.
look at how it's like
Huh.
wavy. Like he got that thing pretty straight.
So instead of being a menace to society, you're a monster to society.
Ah, look at Mitchell. Oh,
That's cool.
yeah, I don't hate that.
It's just tinted out lights and badges.
Yeah,
That's
I
kind of
like it.
standard, honestly.
Oh, I was gonna say first
Whoa, whoa,
video.
whoa, whoa, scroll up just a hair. Uh, old school Chevy pickup. What am I
Oh,
looking?
Oh,
That's an extended front end.
yeah,
It's like
you
an.
can see
It's like somebody took like a S10 and made the front end longer and the rear end shorter.
Whoa.
That's what it makes
Do
me
you
think
think
of.
that's literally just the? No, that's another hood.
Yeah, that's another hood. The body lines follow it. Yeah, it's got like a old
Dang.
school Chevy like C10 or just square body front grille and bumper. Well, no, the bumper might actually. Yeah, that's an
Whoa.
S10 body. That's a Chevy S10 body.
Well, that took a lot of work.
that looks
Hell yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
Um,
I don't know why
it's a Ferrari.
Ferrari GTR
uh,
and a Bugatti front.
Bugatti?
Like, look, with
First of all, that has to be AI because there's no way in hell somebody's doing that.
I don't know.
I've seen those taillights on 70 before. People put them on
I've seen.
Mustangs.
Yeah, I'm about to say I've seen those taillights on Mustangs.
These taillights?
Yes.
Yeah,
Really?
it looks.
There's
It's-
a kit you
looks
can
like
get.
a Ford GT taillight.
Yeah.
It looks stupid.
Oh,
It's on the
I see what
S550
you're
Mustang
saying.
platform.
Well, that's unique as heck. Beetle. Ooh.
What?
What is that?
That's wicked. I think that's a trash can or a spotlight. Either way.
Nah, that looks like one of them like shop fan blowers.
Look at the cage on the window. This dude is prepared for doomsday.
Dude,
That's Mad
and high
Max if I've seen it.
speed. With the wing on the back?
And look at the back tires. They're like studded tractor tires or something. They're
That is
like
the reverse squat, so you can see the people you're running over.
Well, whatever this grill is, or freaking
crash bar or
cage.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's ready for some sort of apocalypse, whether it's COVID running out of toilet paper apocalypse or zombie apocalypse. We don't know.
Jeez.
It says Meth Max.
Well, let's move on to the next one.
Okay.
And the next one is going from stuff you kind of like cringe at, and this one is the complete opposite. What is your
Okay.
dream garage? You get 5 cars, no budget. I know we could both go on explaining, or we could all go on explaining for a long time.
All the details, yeah. Okay.
But I'm going to start. At my 5-car garage, dream garage, would be the most modern Ford GT, the supercar. It's going to be a lot of Fords.
As expected.
And then, actually, the one random, a Ferrari F40.
Oh, that is random for you. I did not expect that.
And then, I would
What I
have to
have?
go probably Raptor R.
Okay.
So I've got my two sports supercars, my truck. I would probably get. I don't even know what the variant of it would be, but currently like a CT4V Blackwing Cadillac, and then probably a Rolls Royce Phantom. I think that was 5.
Honestly, I wasn't counting.
Yo,
Let's
what's
see.
up, X? We
I'm having to
got a
write mine
few.
down because I'm having to like think about mine.
I would take a 2012, 2013 GT 500,
Okay. I could have maybe
uh,
guessed that one.
an '03 Terminator Cobra. I'd like a. I like the body style of the C5, but I'd probably take a C6 Corvette, all white, red interior.
Okay.
That's 3. Probably a newer GT 500, like the S550.
So Cohen is way more on the
Listen, I like
born or
Mustangs. Okay?
nothing than I
I
am.
am Mustang, the Mustang man. But
Is
I
that
don't know what
5?
my last one would be. No, that was 4.
Come on, what's the 5th?
I was about to say something funny. I was about to say a BMW 335i.
Bruh.
No, that's
Yeah.
not my dream.
No.
I don't know. I'd
Well,
probably
like,
want. If I had no budget, I'd probably go buy like some ridiculous supercar. I'd end up with a Bugatti or something. I'd just be like, "Woo! Look at my car!"
spend the most money, get the craziest thing possible. Hey,
Yeah,
but shout out to X. He said his top 5s are 69. Am I reading that wrong? Cevelles?
I think it's supposed to be Chevelle.
That's what I was thinking. A Chevelle SS 396, a current Camaro ZL1 1LE, a 1985 Chevy Square Body, a Dodge TRX, and an Eleanor from Gone in 60 Seconds.
Okay, that's actually a nice
Yeah,
choice. Those are good
it's not
choices.
a bad lineup.
Yeah. All right. So obviously, 3 of these are still, dream cars that I would like to at least obtain at some point in my life. So starting top of the list, a '67 Pontiac GTO.
67 GTO.
Yep, just go-to muscle car. I mean, that to me, that's the epitome of muscle car. That started it all.
my grandpa
mean-
had a '69.
Yeah, the '69 is when the refresher, like I always said, the Judge body style came out because they did away with the old school headlights.
Okay, I'm changing one of mine. I forgot about it completely. I would love to have a slam to the ground, wide-bodied Trans Am Firebird from that body style. I don't really remember which one that is. It's like 70s or 80s.
That's
but
yeah,
yeah,
77.
that picture right there.
Oh my god,
That is
that's like the
awesome.
'60s.
Or the black one right there, the first one.
Jeez.
That's
something. That is something.
All right, so
Oh, look at that Trans Am WS6, the burgundy one right there.
Oh yeah, go down a little bit. Yeah, that one.
I was gonna actually get a bright
is
red
nice.
one of these before I got the.
Hey,
black Mustang.
gotta love the F bodies, as I now own another one. So, yeah. All right, so number 2 on my list, 1998 Dodge Viper GTS. I'm very specific about Vipers. That's the only one I want to go with because it has rear exhaust instead of side exit.
Oh, Oh, he's
Yeah.
right.
No, that's a GTS R, but I mean,
Oh,
the late
I thought you
'90s.
said it was the only one, Mitchell.
Well, no,
oh,
the
yeah,
one
you
the
did
picture he
prove
pulled up.
yourself wrong.
Well, the only one I'd go with. But yeah, no, that's like dream car. I remember. Oh,
Yeah,
Gran
you
Turismo
like that
3.
car?
That's a lovely car.
Ooh, Grand National is a nice one.
Grand National is a good choice. All right, so number 3 on the list. This is a potential obtainable maybe in 5-10 years if I play my cards right and keep money where it needs to be. 2012 Chevy Camaro ZL1. I'm a sucker for a 5th gen, especially one with a supercharged V8.
Dude, you see the problem here, right?
I swear to God, if you point out the Chevy badge.
Uh,
What?
uh,
What? There's nothing wrong with them.
uh.
Uh-huh. You gonna mess the computer screen up doing that? Nah.
Now get your
But-
screen back.
Yeah. But I love that body style. It looks so aggressive. But that's when they put that Corvette engine in there and it just gave it so much more muscle. It was almost on par with the Corvettes, and it's like, that's so respectable.
My
Especially for a
2012
big body, Camaro.
My 2012 GT500 would smoke it, Mitchell.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I remember years ago they did so many
2012
tests.
GT5 would smoke it.
All right, so that's obviously top 3 dream cars. Going on something a little practical.
A Pinto.
I can't decide. No.
That sounds
I can't
about
really
right.
decide between a truck of either a Dodge Ram Rebel or a Dodge TRX. I can't really decide, but if it, like you said, no budget, it'd probably be TRX, but a realistic budget would be a Ram Rebel.
A Ram
I honestly,
Rebel.
Ram.
yeah, Ram 1500 Rebel.
Who do you think you is?
The Ram.
What?
Rev.
I can appreciate a good
Rebel.
Dodge truck. I can appreciate a good Dodge truck, and that's honestly like the go-to pickup truck for me.
Well, same thing as
Yeah.
opposite of what I did. I went Ford, obviously. You
Ford,
went
baby.
Ram with it. I can respect the truck. It's a cool
I mean, it
truck.
looks nice, and you get the normal pickup stuff. So I was like, I gotta have a truck. Now this one's gonna throw you a curveball because I'm like, I gotta have something as a family hauler, but I want something too big body.
A
So
Ford Explorer ST.
no.
Ah,
So family hauler, Porsche Panamera.
Panamera.
Gorgeous car.
I almost spelled that right. That's incredible.
Almost. Gorgeous car. And they have active aero with pop-up spoiler. Oh, Need for Speed is what made me love this thing.
She 4-door.
Yep. Because it always reminds me of a station wagon, but it's not a station wagon. It just has that body style, and I love it.
Is there any honorable mentions?
In this category would be, it's going to sound kind of cliche considering the vehicles I own, but a Buick Roadmaster.
Buick
That's
Roadmaster, what year?
I don't know. That's just a grandpa wagon. Yep.
That's still to this day.
Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm gonna walk off for a second.
Okay. How's that up here now? That needs to go over there. And then I had a point to make. My version to compare would be so we could both get our own and freaking you get your Wagoneer and I'll get my town car.
Oh, okay. So, grandpa car versus grandpa car.
Yeah, because I low-key, I will get another one before I die. as just some random one-off car. That's exactly what mine was. Would you want the wood panel or solid?
Um,
I'm back.
I'd probably keep the wood paneling because I mean, realistically, if I was to get something like that, I'd want to like build it up and make it a sleeper. So put like a nice, good V8 in it. You know, upgrade a lot of suspension components, drivetrain, all that stuff.
Like this. This thing's dope. There's a
Honestly,
video about it.
I can't see anything you're putting on screen now.
Oh, why is it doing that?
I don't know.
Dude, why did you not tell me before?
I thought you were purposely hiding something, like you were just pulling up an old picture of your town car or something. Okay, yeah. I can dig it.
Actually, I just need to change stream to entire screen. That'll work
Now,
better.
that looks like similar to what that dude in blue reviewed, because I think he reviewed one that was like
that's exactly it. That's the same
Okay.
exact one. And it's
Yeah, 'cause that was
dope.
the
He
one-
manual swapped it, lowered it,
that.
did a
Yep,
few
Mustang
simple mods,
engine or whatever.
and it's a fun little car.
Yeah.
Cohen, you got a random last second honorable mention? We got 3 concurrent viewers, don't know who they are.
Well,
Oh, and
911
X, good luck on your
GT3
race. Oh, X says he has a Ram 2500 Hemi. Said has a Hellcat motor in it.
huh.
They don't make me, it makes me sad. Try to talk to him. Oh, no. Or is he saying he wanted one?
Probably one of one.
Huh? He says, I have a newer one. It's the 2017 when it got the IT4 motor in it. Oh, no. He said, no, I have one.
Oh, okay.
He said, I don't have the supercharger.
Uh,
I have the Dodge. All caps.
I would-
Okay.
I would
But good
take a
luck on your
911 GT3 RS
race,
for
man.
sure.
Ooh, that's a good car. Yeah.
It's an
That thing is
awesome
nice.
vehicle right there. I would want that one in the cream color that they offer, like the little off-white. Yeah,
Ooh, that. I like the wheel combo with that.
yeah, that's good.
Alright. Well, shall we move on to the next category?
sure.
Let's do it, fellas.
And the list that came up when I typed all this in, I purposely didn't like sit down and think about it. So like, I felt like I had an advantage on having a proper response. But this one, I don't know. What car do you love that everyone hates?
Ooh.
I guess, part of me was like, I've kind of showed it. Maybe the town car. But, I can think of a better one.
So, right off the bat, and I could probably think of others, but right off the bat, the C4 Corvette. I love it. It was a dream car. I'm glad that I own one, even though I don't get to drive it right now. But it was a dream car. I fell in love with the wedge design, and everybody, and I mean everybody, even in Corvette communities, hates on the C4. But for the time period, it was a groundbreaking car. It pushed the limits of what American sports cars could do. It pushed technology limits. It redesigned what the Corvette stood for and what it was. And for that, to me, it's very respectable. But
I'm
I'm biased on it too. So
if and when I get around to finally making that C4 video, I'm definitely cutting your audio from that and like having some music coming in and like you describing what you just did in a theatrical way. All right, so C4 Corvette.
I got 2 of them.
Oh, X
So-
said a shout out. Mitchell, his grandfather had a C4, and I
Nice.
thought it was super cool.
yep, got to keep the '80s alive.
Now, what's yours
No.
going?
I did say it earlier.
Hold on.
is the BMW 335 XI with the X drive. A lot of people hate on them, and I understand
Not
why.
X drive or with?
No, with the X drive. A lot of people hate on them, but they're unreliable, but they're fast. Not the newer ones. Not the newer one.
Calling card to it. They're
So
unreliable.
how
they're
old are you?
fast.
Smaller motor in it.
Got like a 2010, 08, 06.
Probably like 10, around there. Because that's whenever they still had the V6, I'm pretty sure. Twin turbo.
Yeah, inline six. Yeah, inline
Or,
six.
yeah, inline 6, whatever. Um, but they switched to the 4-cylinder with the turbos on that one.
Okay.
But it's quick. It's unreliable, but it's fast. And it's all-wheel drive.
335i.
But the
Family
other one, I owned one, and
you owned a 330? Oh no,
no,
okay. I know where
this
No.
next one, I owned one, and you wouldn't think, but you could actually have fun in them. And it's a Kia, Kia Soul.
What year?
Bruh.
That green one right there.
Was it green?
No, it was like a dark blue,
Oh, jeez.
Dark blue.
like dark.
I got
So it's probably like a 2014 or something. Around that body style.
like that?
Yeah, like that. It was that color.
Oh
Yeah,
my
like
god.
that.
I did not know you owned one of
You
those.
can
I
rip
didn't
the
either.
e-brake in that thing, and it will slide, and you can't lose control. It's a box, like.
You mean you're not
God.
going fast enough
Yeah, I mean that
for
too.
you?
Okay, but I do have 3 now because you gave me an idea. And the V6 Mustang, people hate on them. I didn't think about that.
Oh, that's any V6 pony
Dude,
car in general.
I loved mine. Okay, you cannot tell me wrong on that. I had 2 of them. I had a 06 or a 07 and a 08.
Dude,
Yes, S5. No,
S197, same body style.
S197. Okay, yeah. I do not keep up with the Mustang chassis codes.
I wish.
SN95, New Edge, S197, S550, now it's S650.
And if you go before that, it was Fox Body, and then I have no clue.
Did you have all the clues?
All of
Listen,
them.
I might have a vast knowledge of cars because it's all I've done for so long, but still.
Well, and one, I kind of hate he said it. A good one that X said, and y'all can vouch me on this, is his thought for cool car that people don't think's cool was the
Okay.
Maverick. And y'all have heard me talk
Like
about
like
that.
the Maverick truck.
Yeah. And that's
I think for what it is, it's cool.
I think
because
it's a splendid idea. I think it makes so much sense. It's the closest thing to the Ranger I had, in my opinion.
yeah, no, like for the niche market that it's pushing, it's cool because to me, there's not really a lot of competition in that market, that segment. A small city truck, and considering everything Ford has jam packed into that platform, it's pretty cool for what it is.
Yeah,
Now, if we was
I
to get
think so.
like other trucks from like I guess Europe or Mexico or whatever, it might have a potential contender, but it stands alone in my opinion in its current segment.
And
I don't think anything comes close.
And I got a correction from the viewer. He meant the freaking old Ford Maverick.
Okay, so the
But I
old
still
school one.
stand by my statement. I think this is a fantastic truck. I've not owned it. I tried to buy one during the whole car crisis stuff and prices being ridiculous. They still are, but right?
I'm about to say, I was wondering where all these sounds come from.
Someone needs to
Uh,
face my stream after doing that. This guy I'm circling right here
What's up,
is in
everybody?
charge of those noises. But
Oh, Jesus.
Shame. But yeah, I go. I go Ford Maverick, but I feel like an honorable mention was the not. I guess the honorable mention would be my town car. Like no one
Yeah.
would look at that my age and be like, "I want that. That looks cool."
I just had an idea for something we could discuss, but we could do this another time.
Take notes. We're gonna be doing like I told
Yeah.
Cohen. I wanna do this like once a week. You know, for at
Okay.
least the next few weeks, get a feel for it. A random, like I said, we've been. Let me pull up my stream. We've been streaming for 37 minutes. We've currently got 4 concurrent viewers. Blake just said y'all some goobers. And yeah, I like to keep this going, but we're only 30 some minutes in. Do like an hour each week,
Yeah.
and I've still
Okay.
got a few more topics. So this
All
one,
right.
the next one is completely random in comparison to the cars.
Okay.
But what is your like top 2, top 3 gas station food list?
Oh, that is very random.
Yeah.
Um.
Like if you're on a road trip or something, what would be like the man? You get they're just they hit.
So I'm going in. I'm gonna grab me a bag of hot Cheetos.
Okay. Hot Cheetos, hot
Pro-
Cheetos.
I'm probably gonna get me a Red Bull, and it's either gonna be the blueberry, the Juneberry, or the original flavor.
Okay.
And
A Red Bull Juneberry? Is that what you said?
yeah, the Juneberry or blueberry. If not one of those, then just a regular one.
Okay.
Your thing's Oh, never mind. But I don't know. I probably wouldn't go for another drink. If I would go for another drink, that would be a Coke.
So a Red Bull, possible Coke, and what was the other item?
Hot Cheetos.
Hot Cheetos.
By the way,
Alright, well,
Coleman, your camera's not showing.
yeah.
At least on my point of view.
Is my desktop still showing though?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. That's what I intend. So, Mitchell,
All right.
if you're on a road
Um,
trip,
I have to sit and think about this one.
Blake said
Uh,
4-inch Doritos. And X said orange slices, candy bar, and a Mountain Dew.
Okay, so I'm trying to think. So, like the last time we went to that junkyard, went to Salem. I remember when we left. Me and the wife, we went to the gas station right next to the junkyard. I got me a Gatorade, lemon lime, and I got me some Reese cups. So that was a recent. That was a recent thing.
Great, Mitchell.
No, nah. If I go Gatorade, it's either the lemon lime, fruit punch,
Orange?
or
Orange?
orange is good.
Okay.
I can't remember which blue it is. I think it's like the light blue.
That one's good
Okay.
too.
Yeah.
The light blue, what drink was it?
Gatorade.
Gatorade. Okay.
I used to think the light blue one tasted like Kleenex. Not Kleenex. What's that thing?
Kleenexes?
Clorox. What's that? What's that blue
Clorox.
stuff? That blue stuff you clean
Windex?
windows with? Windex.
Windex. Oh, jeez.
Hey, y'all
Okay.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kleenex.
I know when I was a kid, a gas station food I used to always go for was either the circus peanuts or the gummy sharks. Those were two I used to go for when I was a kid.
Okay. What would I go with? I would go with. Man, I feel like I would go with a normal monster. I would go
Oatmeal
with.
cream pie, probably.
Nah, I would probably go. See, so it depends. There's so many different road trip opportunities. Early in the morning, getting later in the afternoon, at night.
Yeah.
But say general, get into a road trip, stop after 4 hours, I'd get a monster. I'd probably grab some type of meat, like a bag of beef jerky.
Like a Jack Links or something.
Yeah, Jack Links would be easy, but I always scour the like local ones that they always have at gas stations.
Yeah.
That are a little bit more
Check out,
expensive.
check out the cat.
And
There's a kitty.
is there?
There's a kid.
Is there a cat?
Yeah, Cohen's holding the cat up.
Oh, Dad.
We have a special guest.
We do.
This is Shelby, everybody, named after the greatest car of all time.
Why not? Why not Carol Shelby? You know, the man who invented the car.
That's named after Carol Shelby. So
Oh, that's hilarious. Carol.
I'm wearing a GT500 shirt. It's got her name on it.
You are dedicated.
He
you
is.
are one dedicated man. Jeez.
I'm in it.
He is. He is in it.
He's probably got like a Mustang logo pillow, and he sleeps with it.
I do have a Metallica blanket.
Fudge
No.
cake.
Then the last one would be the little fudge cake at the gas station.
The ones you get at work?
Yeah.
The little Debbie ones. The Hostess.
Are they called
Right.
fudge cake?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of. I don't pay attention to what you eat.
I need to find a. Is it not called a fudge? Yeah, these fudge rounds. Those
Fudge
are
round.
amazing. I don't need the double decker, just a normal one.
The-
Ooh, that reminded me of another one.
Oh,
Uh,
sunflower seeds. Told you.
no,
Okay.
moon pie.
A moon pie.
Moon pie.
We know Mitchell likes his pies.
Oh,
Oh Jesus.
he likes.
Yeah,
his
the
moon pies.
banana moon pie was always a hit when I was a kid. We go to the grocery store with grandma. I always get a banana moon pie.
Banana moon.
Always.
Always.
All right. Well, that was that for the food random.
Yes.
And another random one is, which maybe I've heard both of y'all's stories, but what is your most embarrassing car moment?
Oh.
That could be you driving the car and something happens, or something happened in a car. It's got to revolve around a car.
Ah.
I got it. I'll take the
You
lead
want to
on this
start
one.
it? Yeah.
So, I was gonna say it was whenever I wrecked my first Mustang, but it's not that bad because I was in my neighborhood. You know, I wasn't embarrassed.
Yeah.
The most embarrassing thing was after I wrecked that one, totaled it, got my new one. V6 Mustang. It was the first one was black. This one was white. Well, the day that I got my after nines, I was leaving the DMV. It was probably like 9:30 in the morning. It was raining. Dude, I came across. I came onto the interstate, and it was a part where you come into a circle. You go into a circle to merge on, right?
Yeah.
I came around the corner, and before this, I didn't know what rain, or I knew you could slip in rain. I didn't know it was this serious. I gave it too much gas in second gear. Luckily, nobody was on the interstate to see this happen. And I went up onto the side, like the hill going back up to the bridge that you were just on before you got onto the on-ramp. Ran up into some bushes. I went to back up out of that because I was like, I got to get out of here. I was sitting there in the bushes. I called my dad real quick. And it was really embarrassing to tell him that I just wrecked the Mustang again because I just totaled one. And I was like, dude, it happened again. It happened again. And I was backing up to leave there, and I slammed into one of them big interstate signs that tell you what exit you're getting off of with the back of it. But I drove off, probably about 20 minutes later, My car cut off because it had a whatchamacallit.
You
Had
tell
a,
me.
no, one of that sign that says Fitchburg right there. Go back down.
Which
Under the
one?
road closed. Under road closed. Fitchburg. It was one of those signs. I backed into the pole,
Jeez.
and afterwards it cut off on me. I pulled in a Hardee's parking lot and I left it there, and went to school.
Okay.
With my car broke down in a Hardee's parking lot.
Okay.
I ended up putting a new radiator and condenser in that thing, and I drove it till I sold it.
Okay. That was a wild ride.
Oh, well.
Really painted a picture there.
That's what I was trying to do.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, man.
I'm trying to think. I mean, none of my experiences have been like really embarrassing per se, but I mean, I've had quite a few different experiences. I remember first wreck I was in. I was driving my Suzuki to go get coffee late at night because Kangaroo had like some pumpkin spice coffee, and me and Mom were both on a coffee fix. Like, oh, we want coffee. So I was in a rush to leave there, and I left the cell phone at the house. Go to turn off my parents' road, and I got T-boned. And being new to a wreck, you're like, I don't know what to fucking do. So I just limped it back home. And wasn't until about like 30 minutes or so later, the people who hit me tracked my car down. And I was like, oh, yes,
shoot.
that was a experience.
Dang.
Yeah.
Well, that is an experience.
Yes. Man, that soundboard does not make no sense.
Oh man, it's hilarious. But I think my most embarrassing moment in a car or revolved around a car would be one of which I think I've told y'all. No, that's not really that embarrassing. It's kind of embarrassing. But I've had some bad cars, so like I've also felt that like just general pull up to take some friends somewhere that's like a dance. Pull up in my car that's got like one hubcap missing, the windows got duct tape over it, the front grill's missing, and the hood's been in. I've been there. But probably would be when I ran around my entire neighborhood block multiple times trying to escape someone that I thought was killing me on a moped.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Had just got my after, what was it, nines? Is that what you
Yeah.
going? When I was 16. And I came back from a bonfire I had with a couple friends, and on the way back, I was going home in my beat up, crappy car, and was playing around coming home. My cell phone had died, and I turned down a street, and a guy on a moped is like clearly in my lane coming head on to me. And so I like slow down and pull to the right, thinking, well, maybe somebody from high school that I don't know has a moped and they knew it was me and were trying to slow me down. I get up close to the guy, don't know him at all, and he starts hollering something, so I just shoot down the road. Well, he turns around, and here I am in my super slow Corolla, like taking a left. He follows me, come to a stop sign, stop, take a right, gun it, come to a stop sign, take another right, just in and out of my own neighborhood. Finally pull into the field in front of my parents' house, turn the lights off, watch the guy come down the street from like way behind me, and I'm thinking, oh my god, if he passes, we're good. If not, he's coming right down the road in front of me. Once he takes a right, he's gonna be in front of me within seconds. Of course, he turns in front of me, and I'm like flashing my flashers and honking the horn to get my parents' attention. As my mom and sister walk outside, the guy had already gotten off the moped in front of me with a big wrench, like cussing, and I like skirted off the curb and went down the road. And all I had to do was just get on the highway, which was Cohen knows the neighborhood across the highway from me. All I would have had to do was go 10 feet and get on the highway and take a right and go 60 miles an hour and leave them, and I never did.
Hold on,
Okay.
hold on. Oh, my phone's dead. I was gonna play y'all a video. I think I got shot at today on the way home,
What?
and
What
I'm
do
not
you
sure
mean?
why. I don't know why.
And what
Listen,
do you mean
I
you
was
don't
on my
know why?
I was on my way home from Mitchell's house, right? I have it on
Okay.
dash cam. I'll show y'all tomorrow. I downshift. There's this work truck that has like a Jesus sticker on the back windshield driving beside me, and there's nobody else around us. Nobody behind us, nobody in front of us. I downshift into second to go in my neighborhood. It does a few pops and bangs. Well, the car, it's not loud anymore. The idles come down. It's below 2,000 RPM. All the pops and bangs, done. Well, I take a right in the neighborhood, and doesn't sound like any of my pops and bangs, but like a 22 shot or something. Like, I was like, what was that? And the only person around me was that truck beside me. So I don't know why. It probably wasn't at me, but like there's a gunshot within like a 50-foot vicinity of
And you
me
can
somewhere.
hear it on your dash cam?
Yeah, clear as day. It sounds like it's
Really?
in the car, dude.
Huh.
Dang.
It was
Why's your
scary.
phone
I mean,
dead?
it's
Don't.
It's Cohen. His phone's always dead.
It is.
Him and Casey,
Inexcusable,
they
sir.
never charge. They never charge their phones.
reasons.
Yep.
My phone died. Long live my phone. I hate them but love them.
Jeez.
Man, okay, so we've all had our most embarrassing random stories. But, so, the next talking point, which is one away from the last, is not really something I could see. It could be a whole episode. Like, if we're going to try to do this close to an hour each time, what I'm about to say, I think, should be like a planned episode in the future.
Oh Lord.
Because, like I said, I had ChatGPT help come up with random topics.
Yeah.
This next one, which nobody cares in this discussion about the last one, but Ford versus Chevy versus Dodge fight night.
Oh God.
Like I said, I don't
Always the big three.
think, I think that could be a whole, and that would be a good one to get Casey in, get some enough people to where it's like we got a variety. Because right now it's two Ford guys versus a Chevy guy who also owns a Ford.
Yeah. Well, see, I've got two Fords and three General Motors products, two Chevys and a GMC. So.
Yep.
And I wouldn't mind certain Dodge vehicles. So I'm not really against any of the American big three, but there are specifics that I just won't. I just won't touch.
Yeah. And like I said, I think that would be a cool in the future potential, like for an hour, me, you, or me, Mitchell, Cohen, Casey, like whoever else wants to join in that hour time period and give their point. We could make that a whole episode. But with that being said, the last thing, which is perfect timing. We're at 56 minutes right now, so perfect timing.
Please.
How are you gonna say that and not give us a drum roll? I really thought soundboard guy was saying that and gonna pull up a drum roll.
Can you not hear the drum?
No.
We've heard all the other ones.
It's not picking it up.
Cohen. Now play
Dude,
the...
what is
I see him on his camera.
what is
frantically hitting
going
the button.
on?
Dude. You're lucky I don't know how to pull the soundboard crap up.
Oh, great.
Actually, I do.
Oh,
Golly.
jeez.
Okay, so I don't even see drum roll.
It's probably not on there.
Why do you think I wasn't doing a drum roll?
I thought the way you sounded, in my opinion, sounded like you were trying, but we couldn't
Oh,
hear.
I was hitting my table, but if for some reason it didn't want
Noise cancellation. You ain't gonna hear it. Anywho.
to. Anywho,
To end it, and it doesn't specifically say with the way the question's set up, but I'm gonna choose it.
Okay.
What is the worst car you've personally ever driven? And for some context, me and Mitchell, we've had a few more cars. Cohen's had quite a few for his age, but he's got a limited time of owning a bunch of crap boxes. So
So we're gonna do it like cars that we've just driven or cars that we've owned.
no, cars that
'Cause
you've owned.
I was
Okay.
about to say I've driven a lot of bad ones at work.
Yeah, I've drove a lot of bad cars. Okay, so worst car I've owned. Oh, I've got two that pop in my head right now. The one that essentially self-destructed on me when I went to get my driver's license, or the absolute crap box that ruined me for an entire car brand.
Which
I don't
is-
know which one. So the one that ruined me for an entire car brand, it was an '89 Jeep Cherokee Laredo. Dad bought it for like, I think it's $600-800. It was like supposed to be a good car, you know, to replace a car that he wouldn't let me get my driver's license in, so he sold it. But that's another story. Anyhow, it was an '89 Cherokee. Leaked just about every fluid. It didn't retain any fluid. It leaked everything. Engine oil leaked. Transmission fluid leaked. Tires, they had wires coming out of all four. When you would lock the car, the hatch would come open. Half the windows wouldn't work. Didn't have no AC. The transfer case would randomly shift itself into four-wheel drive. That ruined me for Jeeps.
Dude, that's not fair.
Why?
Because it was just one bad, but that, I mean. what
But it
happened
ruined me
after?
for Jeeps. I was just like, nah.
That's fair.
And then on the flip side, Saturn SL2. That's the car I had when I went to get my driver's license. It was a
Ooh, that
Yeah, it
looks nice.
it was a pewter. I think was the name of the color. It was like a purplish.
Pewter.
Sure. Yeah,
And then find it.
I think it's like PEU something. I don't know. It's a weird
Pewter.
spelling. It was like a purple.
Why can't you just say that?
It was a fancy name for purple. Yeah. Third picture. No. That one. Yep.
You call that a fancy name? Or-
That was the fancy
Whoa.
name. I actually,
That's more like a pooter, Mitchell.
yeah. I actually enjoyed that car. I enjoyed that car when mom and dad got it for me. Because I didn't know anything about Saturn. I thought it was like an imported car. I was like, oh, this looks cool, you know, da-da-da. And then it's an American-made vehicle. But I enjoyed it for what it was. You know, it was a good car. And then I went to get my driver's license in this thing. The car just randomly shuts off at... If I've already done all the driving stuff, I'm doing a 3-point road turn, and it's like the instructor says, okay, you do this, you're good to go. I'm like, sweet. Go to finish 3-point road turn, stalls. Doesn't crank back up, doesn't run, doesn't nothing. So I failed my driver's license exam
No
because the car
way.
decided to self-destruct
That
itself.
seems pretty brutal from the person. giving
Right.
it. That
I know.
kind of seems brutal.
Yep. And then I never managed to get that car fixed, so we ended up scrapping it.
Dang.
Coleman,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you a redemption with the Jeep right now, and Mitchell's not gonna like this one.
Uh, is it a
My least favorite
Corvette?
car that I've owned. My least favorite car that I've owned was a 1994. Or no, I'm wrong. Let me restart. Yeah, no, okay. 1994 Chevrolet Camaro Z28.
How was that your least favorite? You talk
Uh,
about that car all the time.
I love the car, but it gave me the most problems. That's why I had to put it there.
Well,
Cause,
and that sounds like the Jeep for you, Mitchell. It
well,
wasn't for the
listen.
random
Yeah.
problems.
So I bought it and it had low mileage on it due to just rebuilt the motor. Um,
So he
wait,
said.
go to that one on the top right.
Is it yours?
It might be.
Well, you said yours was totaled.
Well, yeah.
That just
I
looks
was thinking
similar.
that was the listing. It wasn't the listing,
About to say.
but I bought it and then as soon as I bought it, it started squeaking. Or actually, no. Okay, OptiSpark on those things. The OptiSparks go bad. That's the distributor. Your car will not crank. They're like crank no start. So I had to figure that out. Learn how to prime the fuel pump before you do everything, and twist the key on and off 3 times so you don't get embarrassed in the school parking lot. And after that happened, and that was already going to be like a $600 fix. Then it started making a squeak, and I thought it was the belt, so I put a belt on it. That didn't fix anything. And I thought it was the alternator. Put a new alternator on it. That was not the thing. And the alternator almost killed me whenever I was putting it on because I was taking the old one off and it sparked up.
You didn't unhook the battery?
Yeah, that's my fault. But but then after we figured out it wasn't the alternator, after we replaced 3 things already, chasing down the squeak, it was the AC compressor. So I didn't want to buy a new AC compressor and put it in and have it charged and everything. So I just did an AC delete, put a bypass pulley, and I didn't have AC in my daily driver.
Nice. I don't either.
And it was,
With either of my cars.
well, that that one was really that one's really small though. Like it's hot. It gets hot in there, and the transmission and everything being right next to you,
Oh, I bet. But
it
I'm
got
saying,
hot.
dude, well, it's also easier
Oh, hold
to
on. I have one more
evacuate the
problem.
heat from that small of a vehicle.
One time I was getting on the interstate, and I was doing a pull, and I guess I hit a bump or something. And I've done pulls on this road in other cars, nothing like even in my current car. I was doing a pull and hit a bump, and after that, if I would get on the gas at a low RPM, the whole car would like shake, like. And so you had to drive the car at a high RPM. So like it would shake at first when you started off in first, and you'd have to like basically be gunning it the whole time.
Jeez.
I don't know what the problem with that was, and that's why I was kind of glad whenever I did see it totaled, because it broke my heart. But I was like, I don't got to pay to fix all this stuff on the car anymore. I can just buy a new one.
That's a very good point.
Normally, I will defend Camaros to an extent, but it really kind of sounded like a combination of inexperience,
Yeah.
with maintenance, and then you just got you didn't get a lemon, but you didn't get a good car that would have been perfect for you.
Yeah.
You got one that was more kind of like a mechanic special instead
It
of
was a fixer upper for sure.
yeah, definitely not up your alley.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a show y'all mine real quick. I literally had one of my best friends who I might have to send this video to afterwards. Hold up. Actually, my camera's off.
I was thinking he's going to say it's his current Explorer.
No, that's
You've had a lot of problems out of that thing, though.
that's not the worst car I've had. The Explorers outside of the AC.
And
had some
the
issues.
rear end leaks and the
Well,
windshield
the rear end
leaks.
leaks a little bit. The windshield could have been a way quicker fix than I thought, but I
Yeah.
thought it was the sunroof the whole time. But
Well, it's a good thing you got that fixed too.
yeah, but the car I drove not quite a year, but close to it, that was most embarrassing of one of my best friends. Literally, my Christmas gift to him and some other friends was we're gonna go to Charlotte, have a good time, go ice skating, and pay for everything. I'll drive. He didn't want to ride with me.
A Ford
In
Aerostar.
my sweet van.
Oh my god.
And it wasn't this nice. This is like pristine. Mine was
Yeah.
not this nice. And he literally admitted, I'm like, dude, are you actually embarrassed to ride to Charlotte with me in this? He's like, you could tell he didn't want to tell me, but he was like, yeah, I don't want to show up in that thing. But yeah, that was my ride. I wonder uh, if I can find. Oh no, it's over here. I've got so many tabs open.
Yeah, I could tell. Yeah, old Aerostar. I know the only van I know my parents had that I actually thought was cool was a Pontiac Montana. That thing was like super nice. But I mean, being a kid, like third row seats, you think it's just the most amazing thing.
Oh well, dude, it was sweet though. Uh, Going to my buddy's lake house, I didn't have to worry about a bedroom to sleep in if I went because back seat.
Oh, they lay fully flat, don't they?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Where is it?
See, they were kind of unique because it shared a lot of truck components, and I think
They laid. That's with the back hatch open.
yeah.
It laid completely flat.
Now I could be wrong, but I remember there was a Ford van that also shared the same engine as like my Explorer, and they were four-wheel drive capable or
Oh,
all-wheel
really?
drive. So I'm thinking it was the Aerostars. I could be wrong, but I feel like it was the Aerostars that had a 4.0 V6.
We've put tires on one of these, haven't we?
Have we?
You're probably thinking of the conversion vans that we do all the time, the GMC
I'm-
Safaris and Savannahs.
I never see these
Well,
ever,
you don't see these on the road anymore.
ever. And like
You're
low
lucky,
key,
you're lucky to see in a junkyard.
low key, like this is my most embarrassing car. But like with low key, if I had a ton of money, I wouldn't be the type of guy to
Go hunt
buy
one down.
$100,000 cars. I'd buy this.
Yeah,
Like
for
put
sure.
some nice tires on it, some decent rims, like
Restore it.
make it unique. But
Yeah.
yeah, at the time, ugh, that was
So
that was rough.
I know, kind of touching on that a little bit. If I was to go back and buy a car that I've owned before, I'd probably go back and buy the Suzuki that I used to have. It was called a Suzuki Esteem, and it was a car that no one's ever really heard of, but I thought it was so cool.
That looks like a Fox body Mustang, dude.
Dude, yeah, X just said I had an old 95 Dodge Shadow. Uh, Woman love it, but worst car ever. I think I said, dude, looks sweet. I think it looks sweet.
Yeah, that was around like when they had like the Dodge Omni and stuff, and like the 80s and stuff. Four-cylinder or four-cylinder turbos and stuff. That was all the craze.
I don't know if I've ever seen one of these.
I've seen a few. They're really
look
rare
like
to
a
see.
Fox body.
They do, especially like
Yeah.
back end.
Even the tail lights,
Yeah.
and that back window.
80s and 90s design, a lot of cars shared so much similarities.
Oh, it's like today too, like the Chargers and
Oh,
Chargers and Mustangs.
More like SUVs and crossovers today.
Well, yeah.
Side profiles are exactly the same.
You get what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely very similar. But fellas, we are right on an hour and 10 minutes. You know, we got 2 people watching.
Well,
We got a total of 11 views. But
okay.
I think we need to try this cruise control live episode once a week, Tuesday, 8:30. Get together, talk about random car stuff. In one episode, we could literally do the Chevy versus Ford. We could literally do a random like Reddit deep dive on random car and just type in random car stuff.
Yeah.
Go through that. But that was pretty cool.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Wah, 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 wah.